Hi guys, I am Brooke. I'm the Director of Education at both of our locations for CRCC, and I am so excited. Today I am here with an inventor, Blake, from the Omaha Children's Museum. I'm so excited because they have agreed to do a really neat activity from our Learning Together at Home. Do you want to find out what we're doing?
Why, yes I would.
Okay. Well, today we're going to be making impressions with different materials from nature around us. In your guide, it's on page 34, and we are going to be using some Play-Doh. Any color will do, and if you don't have Play-Doh at home, you can make your own Play-Doh. There's a recipe in the guidebook too. You can make it with Kool-Aid and salt, make a salt dough. There's a million different ways that you can do it, and if you want to use slime, but we're going to be using Play-Doh. What color do you want to use?
I would like red.
Okay, it's all yours.
Hazel.
What color should I use?
I think yellow.
Perfect. Ooh, there's two sheets of this yellow. I think also that we're going to do is use some silly animals that we found.
Oh.
There's some dinosaurs, and they're extinct, but my little girl calls this a neigh. It's a horse, but she calls it a neigh because it makes the neigh sound. You can find these anywhere too around your house. If you don't have these, you can use bath toys, you could use any kind of little trinket, Barbies, whatever. And then we're gonna need some things right here. So Blake, you know when we went on a nature hunt earlier?
Yes.
We collected so many cool things. Blake collected this really cool flower that has some really neat imprints in it. I'll let you keep that one. I collected this brown leaf that's more crispy. Feel how crispy this one is.
Extra crispy.
We got some bark, some mulch. Ooh, feel this pointy leaf that you picked up.
Wow, that's pointy.
And then this long stick. And I'm gonna break this one in half. What part do you want?
I would like that one.
This one?
Yes. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna take this one because do you notice how this is a little bit different?
It is a little bit different than this stick.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, we have different leaves in here too. I'll just leave the bag here if you wanna grab some, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, so we're gonna open up our Play-Doh or slime or whatever you choose. You can even use paint. And it's kind of crumbly. What you're gonna do is you're gonna smush it like just the best you can, okay? Now when I'm doing this, I'm practicing a lot of my fine motor skills. Did you know that? Like you and I are both adults, so we have strong muscles, but our little kids are still developing those. And so it's gonna be extra hard, so you might have to help them. Or you can have like an older brother or sibling or something like that help them. And you're gonna pat it like a pancake. Now, just because it looks like a pancake, Blake, don't eat it.
Because it's not actually a pancake.
It's not an actual pancake, so don't actually eat it. Okay, and we're gonna take some stuff. Well, that's a good sized pancake. Which one's bigger, mine or yours?
I think mine is pancake's a little bit
It
bigger.
is, look. Yours is bigger. Okay, but we both have primary colors.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so now we're gonna do, it's like a fossil like dinosaurs do.
Whoa.
They left impressions. Impression is a really big word, but if I push down like this, and then I pull it up, look, if you look really careful.
Oh yeah, there's the stick.
Yeah, you can see the impression.
It's like you took a photo of the stick, but on the Play-Doh.
I know, can you do it?
Yeah, I've got the little pointy leaf we had earlier. See what it looks like. You can kind of see it. See those little edges around? It's the same as the edges on this leaf.
That's awesome. So what if I'm gonna do a leaf? I'm gonna turn mine over and do a leaf, and I'm gonna see if my leaf looks different than your leaf.
All right.
Oh my word. I got a bigger leaf.
Do you think her leaf will look different?
And mine's not as crispy as yours. Yours is more pointy. It's harder on this one. There we go. You can see it.
Whoa, look at that. And you can feel it too. Sometimes if you can't seal it, you can also feel the imprint. You can feel the shape that you created in your clay or in your Play-Doh.
This got me thinking. I think this would be really cool even if we got some sort of clay and not Play-Doh, because Play-Doh's more crumbly, but if we got clay and we did these impressions, I think they'd last, and then we could let them dry out.
They would, and they would last forever.
And we could paint them.
That would be really cool.
That would be a couple days project. Okay, so another thing we could do with this, we could obviously go through all of our different things, but you can also just place things all over that we found. And then that's where we get to do the animals. I'm gonna use a cow.
Good choice. I'm gonna go with the pterodactyl.
Oh my word. Look.
Whoa, look at that! You've got a nice little island for your cow, and I've got a nice little island for my pterodactyl.
I think I could use even some more Play-Doh for making the impressions, and I could make pretend food for the cow.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I
I'd make
think-
some food for my pterodactyl.
Okay, what do you think a pterodactyl eats?
I don't know. I was thinking back to my dinosaur days. When I say dinosaurs, they don't eat a lot of leaves or plants. They're carnivorous, so they eat meat.
Ooh, you could make a steak.
I could make a steak.
Oh, don't eat meat!
Oh no, not that steak. How about some pterodactyl chicken nuggets?
Ooh, good
We use our
lord.
imaginations and make some of those. We'll put them right over there.
I think what I'm gonna do too, after I made some little cherries for him to eat, I'm gonna use the same thing, and I'm gonna make him a little saddle, even though he's a cow. He might get cold.
Oh yes, very nice.
So, Blake and I read this story, and it's called Outside My Window. It's written by Linda Ashman, and this book is pretty awesome because it shows the perspective of all different kids and all different people from all over our world and everything that they could see outside their window. And one thing that's unique about all of us, well maybe except for the people that live with you in your house or your apartment or wherever you live, is that we all see different things when we look out our window, and we're all looking for different things. So this morning, when I looked out my window, I didn't see the same thing as Blake. Blake, what's something that I could see if I was at your house and I looked out the window?
A big tree.
Really?
Yes.
I also have a big tree. Do you think it looks like the same one that you have?
It might be. Mine is really big and droopy, and there's always at least 5 squirrels out there.
Well, mine is not like that at all. Mine is very tall, and I'm sure they're squirrels, but they have pine cones on them. It's an evergreen tree.
Oh.
But do you know, there's some people, when they look out the window, I learned in the book, they see the ocean,
That would be so cool.
or the mountains,
That'd be really cool too.
buildings. In Nebraska, we don't see mountains. But when I was reading this book, I was thinking, this is really cool, because when we made these impressions, we went and gathered things outside the Children's Museum, and I wouldn't have found really any of these things outside of my house. I don't have this kind of tree.
I don't have this kind of tree either.
And so, if you would also like to listen to this book, we have given you the link below, and the link will take you right to the read aloud. Now, some of these activities, you're thinking, oh, my little girl or my little boy might be too big or might be too little. And inside this Learning Together workbook, there is a description on all the different things that you can do with this activity. If you were doing it with little kids, you could simply just put all of these things in a bucket and sit them on the floor. If you were using edible Play-Doh, they could do this activity, or you could just sit really close by. If you were doing it with an older child or someone that is developing a different skill, you could do anything like how we compared and contrast the colors. We talked about the different sizes and the shapes and the attributes. We could really talk about the dinosaurs and how fossils came about. There's so many different ways to take this one activity and do it with so many different ages and make developmental milestones with kids. Thank you so much for joining us. If you guys want to see Inventor Blake, we invite you to come down to the Omaha Children's Museum. They have memberships online and opportunities to explore so many things. Matter of fact, Inventor Blake was just telling me they're doing an exhibit called the Bug Squad coming up, and that sounds really interesting.
Oh, yes, that should be a really fun exhibit, and that'll be our next one, and we hope to see you real soon. But we'll keep you posted on our website for any fun, silly videos, but also any updates on the museum. We can't wait to see you again.
Thank you, everyone. May your day be filled with joy, health, and hope.